Feel free to say hello. Making some adjustments here to the chart before we get going. Is everybody able to hear me okay? Just do a quick audio check. All right, let's get going. I'm gonna get this screen up there. If I can figure out where the thing is, there we go. Fantastic. Is everybody able to see my screen okay? All right. Gonna get started here, and I'm gonna start out here on gold, and I'm gonna start out at the top, just like I always do. I've already kind of done a lot of my analysis and things like that, but I'll just let you all see what I'm looking at coming into the session. Sessions began. It's at 8 o'clock. We have no news on the calendar today except for the New Zealand pairs. Bit of news later this week. By later this week, I mean tomorrow. So a lot of, the market could be setting up for FOMC and the Fed and things like that. So got to be a bit careful. The back half of the week is probably going to be a bit better, but I'm going to continue just looking for the setups. So this is gold, and there was a peak formation made back from Friday, and then we kind of got this little stair-stepping motion up, peak formation low, and they've came up once, twice, and then coming up into the third time of breaking out. Yesterday on Monday, they closed as not an opening range breakout, but they closed on the outside of Friday's range. And something that I found very interesting is the way that this has moved coming off of this peak formation here. This is a 1 hour chart. If you look at the candles, notice how they get real small, and then they spiked up real aggressive, real strong, and then they went sideways. They did the same, and then now they've came up in a 1, 2, 3 on the 1 hour chart. So this is 1 day of breakouts, 2 days of breakouts, 3 days of breakouts now today, and also 3 levels of rise, and then the 1, 2, 3 to the high. So I'm personally looking for a sell high opportunity on this. And I was actually watching this. I usually wake up pretty early, and I came to the screen this morning around 5 o'clock. Not to take trades, just to kind of look and see how things have been developing. And there's this peak formation that was made around 5 o'clock this morning. There's an M at the high of the day. So the M has already been created. I've got this trend line on here to try and figure out where level 1 has landed. Lower low on the inside, break in structure to the downside on gold. So all those things kind of make me happy and kind of help me to think about, man, I should really be looking for a sell high opportunity. They've already traded. They've triggered the previous day's high, blah, 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 right? Now, breakout, pullback, consolidation, this could go vertical. That's the other side of the trade. If this were to, start sitting here on top of this previous day's level and we get engulfments and stuff back up to the upside, whatever. I need to be careful of that. This is I think a decent range, 90 pips or so back to the high. So making sure that I'm timing things correctly and truly understanding what I'm looking for. I want to see them pump it back up and go back into consolidation. All right, cool. So that's gold. We'll take a look at the indexes. Yesterday was an inside day on the indexes. This is my annotations from that peak formation low, peak formation high. They've been holding it sideways. At 7 o'clock, it looks like they actually engulfed back up to the upside. Today, they still have not broke or touched a previous day's level. So again, this is going to be one that I avoid like the plague until maybe we hit one of these levels. Now, again, yesterday being an inside day, there's only two things that is going to happen based off of this. Number one, this could turn into a range expansion, not only of the opening range, but also considering this was an inside day, right? We could get a breakout and a range expansion to one side or the other. I know I drew this to the upside. It could go to the downside too. Who knows? On the flip side of that, we come up here, 9:30 opens up. We trigger the previous day's high or low, whichever one. Market only does three things: breakout, trend, breakout, reverse, or stay in a trading range. And then maybe if we get a failed breakout or something like that, that could be something that we're looking for. So as of right now, my thesis, I'm waiting for previous day's high or low to be tapped into on this pair. Same with US 30. It's the same exact scenario. And you can see the little W that's formed down here on the 1 hour chart inside day. I want to see this high or low get broke before I start looking for any other, opportunity on this. Oh, you can't see the pair. My apologies. Well, you can see up in the top left, TR. I think you should be able to, unless the screen that I've got this on is a bit small. So hold on, let me see if I can drag this out for you. There we go. You should be able to see the pair now. So I've already gone over gold. The previous one that I was just looking at was NASDAQ. Now I just did US 30. US 30, both the indexes are pretty much about the same. We had this huge drop, first green day, inside day, sideways consolidation. We've got some spikes down into low. Now we have a W, right? This peak formation right here. So let's frame this. In fact, we could frame either one. It really doesn't matter. Peak formation low. Seems like we're engulfing a very large W now. And we're in level 1 going back up. So do I really want to counter trend this on the day itself because we're, making higher highs, higher lows? Probably not. I'm just going to wait, like I said, for previous day's levels to get broke. The Swiss, I was actually looking for a shorting opportunity, and yep, that's kind of already played out. Based off peak formation high, peak formation low, coming off peak formation low in a burst, and a burst, and a burst, and then on the 15-minute chart, you can see the peak formation high that was made yesterday, a part of that inside day, and then it broke down, went back into consolidation. Higher high, lower low on the inside, sideways consolidation, inside day. They left space to get back down to the low. This was a really good London short, late London short, where they pumped it back up once, twice, 3 times, and then rolled over. Lower lows, lower highs. So this was a good London short, but as far as me looking for continuation right now, that like the trade was up here, so I kind of I'm good with just letting this go and do whatever it's going to do. Oil, I've got a few things labeled up here just to try and keep my thoughts clear. This is a 1 hour chart on oil. Peak formation low. There was a lower low on the inside from last week. This low, then this high, peak formation high, lower low on the inside. And they've pumped it back up in what appears to be three pushes or 3 levels back to the high. really doesn't mean anything at all. It's just a general reference. This is where the week opened, and we've been jamming our way up into that a few times. So could this continue to go higher, back up to previous week's high? Yeah, 100%. But personally, I think that based off lower low on the inside, lots of days of breakouts, blah, 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 breaking structure, 3 pushes back to the high. I'm looking for a sell high. I was looking for a sell high yesterday, which worked out just fine. But there was really no follow through, right? There was really no continuation. If anything, right, this was level 1 consolidation down here, and we're still in that. If this were to break back down and go lower, maybe we're going to look for 2 more levels of drop or whatever. Inside day on oil, as of right now, yeah, they haven't triggered previous day's high or low. And again, I'd be happy to see them trigger the high, but with this weekly opening here, maybe they'll tap into it and run. Who knows? But these are my levels that I'm going to be watching for today. I basically just dragged yesterday's open across. As a reference, which really you could even use this one here from the close of Thursday. You could run that across as well, whichever one makes you happy. Okay, for anybody who might be joining in here that's a bit new to my streams, my live streams for trading, this is going to be very casual, all right? I'm very, this is laid back, not as, I'll put it in air quotes, professional, as some of the other streams that I do. I'm going to try and inject as many teaching moments as I possibly can in there, but overall, at the end of the day, I do need to take the very best trades that I possibly can. I need to be in a more relaxed state of mind and not so focused on, the audience and things. But if you're going through and you're like, hey, I've got questions, throw those questions up there. I am constantly looking at the chat and trying to answer those questions and things. So feel free to do so. US dollar, Japanese yen. I've got a bunch of these down here that I've kind of just left in the awaiting judgment because, I'm not really 100% sure about the levels count. And also, I would rather just wait for a better signal day or whatever. Day 1, 3-day cycle back here on Friday. Day 2, today is day 3 of the 3-day cycle. And we're back up to the high of the current week, peak formation at the high of the week. They followed through with another peak formation at the high of the week. This could be 1, 2, and I don't have 3, but that's okay. So I'm not really 100% sure on some of these. And if I'm not 100% sure on what I'm looking for, then I'm not going to look. This is peak formation high, peak formation low. We've got a run. But a run is not a trading setup, right? We're at the high of the current week today. I'm going to let some of these other pairs sort of start to play out some more throughout the week and then maybe look for a better setup. The CAD, I just saw somebody say something about this. I'm not sure what you're seeing necessarily. I think this was an inside day. We've triggered the low of that bar. That's fine. But as far as like actual setups that I really would like to see, we got a peak formation up here. Could be a continuation pattern. Let's see, we got 1 up, 2 up, 3 up. That's good. Maybe a half Batman. It breaks down. I could see that. Okay, there's the ear. There's the head. Now we're trading back up into it. But I'm not really so confident that I would be willing to trade this necessarily today. All right, the pound. What do we got on the pound? Peak formation low from last week. Rise, and a bit of a rise. And then they came back down once, twice, 3 times. Now we have a reset. Probably a higher time frame, 4-hour chart or whatever, is completing its level count. Whatever. We're not going to worry too much about that. Peak formation low on Friday, went back into consolidation, and now we've got once up. We're up into level 2 now on the pound. So overall, looking for a buy low opportunity, but sometimes in level 2, and also after triggering things like previous week's high and whatnot, although we are in an uptrending market currently, there are going to be opportunities in level 2 for a stop hunt back down And that kind of looks like what today could be setting up for. For those of you who didn't catch what I did, this is peak formation low, level 1 rise, engulfment. We're up into level 2, and we're in consolidation right now. So if I go to a stop hunt to the high, and then a stop hunt back down, I don't know how far that is. The pound, you know, it's not going to produce a massive amount of pips back down to the low. So that's 25 pips. Is that really worth it to me? Maybe. Let's see. Day 1, day 2, day 3, reset day 1, day 2. Space, good to see you here. NASDAQ about to hit top of range. Yep. Cam. Tom, good to have you here. JT, hello, hello. Okay, so I've got all my charts set up and all my different ideas in place. That's all I really need. I just need an idea of what to look for on each one. I'm not trying to overcomplicate it in any sort of way. I just need ideas of what to look for, frame the day, figure out how the daily template is looking, and based off of that, what should I be observing? So I'm going to throw the NASDAQ up here. This looks like it is going to go bonkers to the upside. I have no idea whether or not it will. But the way that this is consolidated, and we got a W down low and an engulfment, and you know, we might be looking at maybe a range expansion. Maybe something like that, right? So maybe we're going to come up here. I have no idea. I'm not trying to predict or guess where price is going to go. But, you know, do I really want to counter trend something that's doing a range expansion? That's really my only thought process about that. Not necessarily using that for, I'm going to take a trade on this idea, but also I need to keep in mind, you know, don't counter trend something coming out of level 1. We might get a range expansion of that consolidation. All right. So now I've got the NASDAQ up here. That's good. I'm going to go to gold and then oil down here. And we're still on the 1 hour chart. This down here is the pound. I think I'm gonna watch the pound based off that sell high idea at level 2, high of day, if that were to present. Come on down to the 5-minute chart and make sure that I framed everything properly. This one's good. This one's definitely good. I feel pretty confident about my levels count and how I have framed this as far as identifying peak formations. That's one of the biggest things that I need to identify is, you know, what level am I in? Sure, that's all good, fine and dandy, but overall, where's my peak formations? I've got one up top, and obviously I've got one down low. And what I can do is I can throw up my 100 pip box and see, okay, where was that peak formation made at? Maybe at double zeros, which lines up really well with this, how do I put it, like channel. If they were to stop hunt back up to the high of this channel, take out all this order flow and then drop, that would be beautiful. I would be mighty happy with that. Good. So I feel pretty good with gold. Oil. Okay, I think I was looking for sell high on this as well. Right, yep, breaking structure, 3 levels up. Cool, so what do I need to look for? Well, peak formation, where was it made? What level was it made at? Let's take a look. Okay, it was made at double zeros. So double zeros could be my level to watch. We've made a lower low. We pumped it back up. We'll see. Volume is fine. Is my audio not good? Can everybody else hear me okay? I've got the mic turned all the way up, so I don't think I can... I don't know if I'll be able to make it any higher. Maybe I just need to scream into the mic more. All right. Pound. Let's take a look. Previous week's high. I did not frame this day, so I need to do that. We've got peak formation low, very obvious W, down, up, down, engulfment of that W down here at previous day's close. Giving me peak formation and one level of rise up. Okay, this is the first time they broke trend to the downside. This is level 1 consolidation. I would like to see them at least go to level 2 or 3 before looking for a counter trend opportunity. So I'm just going to probably end up waiting quite a while on this. Although we do have a peak high, that's fine. Peak high, peak low, level 1. And at the very least, or very worst, I'm wrong, and this goes vertical to the downside, and that's okay. Okay, I'm going to get rid of all this so I can see better. Make sure you all can see, which I think you can. Looks good. And now we're into the waiting game. 8:20 in the morning. It's pretty early. I like to wait for at least, 8:30. Mainly 9 o'clock, like 9 o'clock, 9:30, 10 o'clock. Those are the big times to be watching. There's no news on the calendar, so we might see some moves a little bit earlier today. But overall, I really want to wait for that 9:30. Ladies and gentlemen, as we're sitting here, I've just finished up all the analysis. Does anybody have any questions about what I've just talked about? What to look for on any of these pairs and why? I'd be happy to answer. Or does all of this making sense to everyone of why I'm looking for the certain things that I'm looking for? Peak formation at the low. I'm talking about on the day itself, not for, this could be 1, 2, and 3, who knows, but on the day itself, peak formation low. This is the first time that they broke down. Now, we have triggered previous week's high and things like that, but I'm just going to be patient with this and see if we get a run back up to the high. Okay, what is gold doing? You can see the move outside of this trend line and how they've done it once, twice, a third time, up, down, up. Are we engulfing back down to the downside right now? I don't know. But I do know I need to get my other screen set up. I might have already missed it, and that'd be okay. I'm certainly not going to stress myself out trying to run after something, but let's get this my other screen up here. All right, and let me get my broker pulled up here. Oh, what have I done? Oh gosh, I've clicked on the wrong one. That would explain it. All right, got logged into my broker here and need to get to gold. Take a look at what they're doing. Well, yep. And down on the 1 minute chart, you can actually see it even better. The pushes back up into the high. So this might have just created a peak formation, which is exactly what I'm looking for. It's just it's moved, pretty early. Yeah, and that would have been the trade right there for the day. Comment on US 30 double inside day. Oh, I see what you're saying. So this, yep. It's just double inside day is just a larger coil. This was not a double inside day though. They triggered previous day's low down here. It's just a normal inside day. And it looks like that on both US 30 and NASDAQ. They both triggered. Okay. GS, fantastic. Yeah, I was still I was still explaining it, unfortunately, and I was still making my rounds. It's a bit early in the morning, and I hadn't even got down to the 1 minute chart yet. And I just looked at it, and that bar was already back down at the low. So, not to say that there won't be follow-on opportunity, but that I'm not gonna, chase this and follow it and whatever. I'm pretty content with just letting it go if it's just gonna make its run. But for those of you that already caught this, that is a fantastic setup. Lower low on the inside, 3 pushes back to the high. Coming out of level 3, level 1, level 2, level 3, peak formation, break in structure, level 1 consolidation, pumps it back up. We're still in level 1, do not counter trend, peak formation. For the continuation, I don't think that could have been set up any better for a 50 pip trade. It told a beautiful story, and it's good to see that it's doing its thing. Anybody else take that on gold? See, I see GS took it, JT took it. Very nice. I might need to start a bit earlier so I don't have to do my analysis for you all and then come in, a bit late. Because this one's hurting the soul about how perfect it is. And you can see that, I'll go down to the 1 minute chart, but you can see how perfect this double top is. Push 1, push 2, push 3 to the high. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Double top. They engulfed it right here at 821. Never looked back. Perfect. That's exactly how it should behave. Just wait for the pullback to enter. Yeah. But if it makes a run all the way back down to previous day's low, I mean, if it really makes a run, I'm not going to be able to do that because I'm not going to get in on a strong move down at the low. That just doesn't make any sense to me. So I'm not going to chase this. I'm just going to wait patiently. And frankly, a lot of things seem to be moving mighty early, even oil. All right, we were looking for the pump up, lower low on the inside. We were looking for the pump up. It's moving very similar to gold as far as the way that it's moving. Look at this. Push 1, sideways, push 2, push 3, up, down, up. Engulfing back down to the downside. There's a trade on oil already as well. Sturdy, good to have you here. All right, so I'm still monitoring gold on my other screen here. On the wrong thing. Probably should do that. Here we go. Hey, M's and W's are just, it's double tops and double bottoms. So if you know what a double top or a double bottom looks like, that's what we consider peak formations. This is a shortened M. There's a higher high and a lower high. Up, down. This is the middle structure of the M. This is the right shoulder. And then that's the engulfment of the M. This is a micro double top. Up, down, middle structure of an M. Right shoulder of the M. Engulfment of the M. Phyllis, you're experiencing what? Just got out of gold. Cool. It's a good trade. But the last thing I want to do is, having missed the early move, just jump in to chase, chase the FOMO, and then they do a 25 pip, 50 pip stop hunt against me. And then continue. I'd rather wait for a pop-up, give me a little pump and a dump. But if they just don't come back, then I'm just out of luck. Yes, this is the engulfment. This is a 5-minute chart, though, Dances, so I would be on a lower time frame. So that's what I was talking about. Whenever, so this up candle followed by a down close candle, you draw your line right here, go down to a lower time frame, and wait for them to trade back up into that line, and then confirm the M. So like the fact that they've traded back up into that line and then engulfed the entire structure right here, that is a very clear entry signal, in my opinion. For M's and W's, use the bodies. I use the bodies. For M's and W's, I use the bodies. For gold, I'm waiting for a 25 to 50 pip stop hunt. I need them to pop back up. Maybe even stop out these guys here. Come back up and fiddle with them. But yeah, I would look for low-hanging fruit 100% because this is level 1 consolidation in my mind. And they might have just came out of that. So we've got maybe one more level to go. That's just obviously opinion based. It doesn't have to happen, but I wouldn't mind looking for it if it were to present. Okay, this is good. So I said, hey, I think this might be level 1, and now they're trading back up through and to the high. Maybe we're going to go up to level 2 and continue that expansion. It is popping back up, yep. That will do. That'll do, pig. That'll do. Jay, hello. Is that NASDAQ left up corner? Yes. Yeah, we got NASDAQ up here, oil down here, gold, and then pound. Yeah, I'm sorry. I think it might cut off the name just a little bit. It's kind of... Actually, you know what? If I do this, I think that should fix it. Well, they just put in a peak formation low on gold, so they put a little W in there, and that's fine. But yeah, that could be like the first push back up or whatever. They made a lower low. Look for 3 pushes back up. We'll see. Jay, that's fantastic. You said you bought down here? Yeah, I do have the 1 minute on the other screen, but I'm monitoring the 5 because I want to. I like to see the larger pattern. It helps keep it in my mind. Good stuff, Jay. Yeah, so I've got the 5 minute up here so I can observe kind of what patterns are showing up, M's, W's, things like that. Just gives me a decent reference, but the 1 minute chart is what I'm looking to enter on. Evolved, it's not that I want to sell GU, it's that the pattern's very clear. Level 1 consolidation. We're now going up to 2. If I get up into level 3 before my morning session ends and it starts to roll over, I could, catch the little fade back down or the stop hunt back down. That's it. That's the only reason. So everybody's aware, none of this stuff that I'm talking about is financial advice. The information on this channel is provided for education, informational purposes only, without any express or implied warranty of any kind. Feel free to stop this. All the stuff that we've talked about up until this point, and it's in the description of all my videos. This is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Please don't make trading decisions based off of anything I say. This is all just for education purposes. Good. A little bit late on the disclaimer. But Jay, you reminded me, at the end of the day, all I'm doing is providing my own experience and my own, educational bits. But at the end of the day, I could sit here and scream at the top of my lungs how to do something. I could give you all a checklist step by step. But if you're not taking the appropriate steps and doing things the right way, then I'm not going to say on you because that sounds rude, but the fact that you're doing well, Jay, is not because of me. That's all I'm really trying to say. It's all you. Okay, so gold has popped up a little bit. But we are at the wrong time of day for me to look for continuation or anything. I'm going to wait until at least 9 o'clock. One of the really good things about trading like this is when you understand the time rotations and things like that, that's good, Jay. When you understand the time rotations and things like that, and that the market's going to move at certain times of the day, it just keeps me very patient and just waiting for certain times. 9 o'clock. Once we get into around 9 o'clock, if something is setting up well at a certain time, makes me feel pretty good. Jarrett, you're selling again, so you're selling like as a pyramid, like you're already in from the top and you're just adding into your position. JT. Yep, time rotations are in the course. It talks mainly about like time engulfments. But there's stuff in there about time rotations and stuff as well. Because the time engulfments are essential to understanding the time rotations, really. New 15-minute bars, new hourly bars, 4-hour bars, but I don't really focus as much on the 4-hour bars because I'm not marking off every single candle up there. That would just be really confusing. Yep, Sam, exactly. And this 100 pip box is stressing me out. I'm going to get rid of that. Okay, so they've spiked down into the low. This is what I was kind of worried about, is they've dropped it down and they're spiking down into the low. Not to say that it's not going to go lower. It's just the time of day. I'd rather wait and see if we get a better pop up here. No, so Gaza, this is on the day. So we had a peak formation at the low of the day, and this is the first level of rise on the day right here. And if you do that little trend line trick that I showed you all, where you can figure out where the trend has broke for the first time. That's a very obvious W, excuse me. And then this big run up, they broke the trend line, draw a line at the high. All right, I'm in level 1. So now we're looking for maybe 2 more levels up. And again, those levels, it's a guide. It is not my set in stone, you know, the most objective thing you've ever seen. No. But it's a good reference. It's a good guide. And if you see a really very super clear stair step 3 levels up on a day that you think you're supposed to sell, well, hot dog. If you see 3 levels of drop on a day that you think you're supposed to buy because it's first green day or whatever, you know, you frame your day appropriately. Those are the kinds of daily templates that I'm looking for that are in line with the larger weekly templates. So like right now, I really have not narrowed in on a single pair. I don't see anything that's set up appropriately right at this very moment for me to do whatever. What we are looking at right now is the first hour of the New York session. If this 5-minute bar on gold trades higher, that is going to be a peak formation high, peak formation low, and then second hour, third hour might come into play. Sorry. So peak formation high, this is within the New York session. First hour's put in a high. We've came down. If the first hour also puts in a low, that means that within the session, we've got peak formation high, peak formation low. And I can just look and see, you know, are we going to spend some time up here? Are we going to spend some time down here? If we're spending some time down here, don't get caught trading into the low. You know, they might explode it up or something like that. You know, I just don't want to marry myself to a direction. I'm looking for the setup. And if it's not set up properly for what I believed at the beginning of the session, then, you know, my thoughts might need to evolve. They might need to change. Jay, exactly. Uh-oh. I'm empty. I'm only partially caffeinated. I need a little bit more. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got 148 in the stream. If you all could just do me a huge favor and hit that fancy little button that lets the world know that this stream doesn't stink completely, I would greatly appreciate that. Not to sit here begging for likes and things, but it does actually help me out quite a bit, so thank you. Or helps the channel out. Is it 8 p.m. to 3:30? No, Sturdy, you got it a little bit backwards. It's 8. Are you looking for Asian range? Asian range is 8:30 to 3. 8:30 to 3. GS, I think the same thing, but if this session template continues to look good like this, it might be nice. Peak formation high, peak formation low within the session, lower lows on the inside. Level 1 consolidation. They pull it back up into level 1 consolidation and work the high of the session. Shoe buddy. Might be good. We'll see. Only time will tell. Yep, for all my the 12 candle window that Stacey talks about, I still use those same times. Asia 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. London 2 a.m. to 5 a.m. New York 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. But Steve Morrow talks about the Asian range being from 8:30 to 3. So for reference for the daily templates, that's what I've been using, and through backtesting and things, I just noticed that those times are the best for using, you know, looking at the Asian range and identifying peak formations and things. Let's see. There we go. Got that cleaned up a bit. It's driving me nuts. Hey Cam, if you're planning on doing these live streams, I can make. Hey Jay, I'd appreciate that. I've just been using the the free ones that YouTube provides, and I'm trying to find some jazzy music here and there, but it's kind of hard to find some that's I don't know. But if you want to do that, I'd be happy to use your stuff, and as long as it's royalty free and not gonna give me copyright strikes, I wouldn't be opposed to that. Let's see, Polly, do we have low-hanging fruit? Yep, Polly, I'm looking on gold. If they pump it back up. Yeah, I do really. The banjo music is. I know that's not everybody's cup of tea, but it's certainly my preference. The bluegrassy sort of music, big fan. Jay, I think it's on my channel. My email. I have it publicly listed. Or just shoot me a message on Discord and I'll get it to you. Ever look into 915 plays well on comms? What is that? Nice W on gold. Yeah, that's exactly what I just said or talked about, where the first hour of the session's put in a high and a low. That's peak formation high, peak formation low. NASDAQ continues to run as it should. It's about to trigger previous day's high. Could be nice. We'll see. Oil, still looking for a sell high, but it's kind of, it looks, even on the 5-minute chart, like I have a feeling if I go down to the 1, it's going to be choppy. And lay out a little bit. Sorry, let me, we've got NASDAQ up here, top left, gold, top right, oil, bottom left, pound, bottom right. I'm sorry if it's a little bit blurry up. See if I can't, maybe I can adjust this a little bit. Oh gosh, I've moved it. My mouse slipped. There we go. You might be able to see it a little bit better now. Yeah, I trade on, I've got 3 screens in my office. The one that you all see here, it's just like a 27-inch curve from like Walmart or whatever. My other screen's the same exact thing, and then the one that I'm using for Discord and YouTube so I can read the chat and all that stuff is just like a little garbage Dell monitor from like the 90s. But I really enjoy having multiple screens because it allows me to, I can look at this screen, look at this time frame, and then I got my other screen that I can trade on, so I don't have to flip back and forth and constantly flip between time frames and stuff, which is honestly, it's stressful to do that. So it's nice having it all accessible at one time. Have you thought about 49-inch? Like the really big curved 1TR? Yeah, maybe in the future. It's not really something I necessarily need. I could probably trade on a laptop, but with 227s, it's pretty much the equivalent. The only other difference is, with 2 different monitors, I've got the little gap in the middle. Who cares, right? But it would be nice. I agree. It's kind of one of those luxuries. Thinking whenever we move, I move to a new house, I'll redo the little setup here. Okay, oil has been working its way down off that peak formation high. They've taken one jab, two jab, kind of a third jab down. I'm looking at the 1 minute. And also kind of the 5. They've came off that peak formation high and they've just been kind of pitter-pattering their way down. That's all right, though. Definitely waiting for oil. I did not wait for oil yesterday, and we all saw what happened. They made it look really appealing, and then they went up one more time. So I'm going to remember that lesson from yesterday, and we're going to avoid that. Engulfment, pin hammer. So, like I said, first hour is put in a high and a low engulfment pin hammer. Got to be careful here. That's what oil looks like. This is the break-in structure, lower low on the inside. Weeks open, Fridays close, and we've been pumping up into that once, twice, 3 times. Peak formation at the high of the day today, currently. It's looking good for a sell high, but like I said, I'm just going to wait. I really would have liked to have, been a part of it up here. I just don't want to chase. I don't want to feel like I'm chasing at the wrong time of day. Because sometimes you chase and you get lucky because you're already in some crazy parabolic move that's going straight down. But if you're wrong and you get in on a inducement candle, you're about to be in pain immediately. And I do not want to do that. Honestly, I don't like doing the other one either. I don't want to chase and feel 50-50 about my entry. I want to get in right where my entry criteria tells me to. Thoughts on the US 30? Same thing as NASDAQ. Inside day, and I really want to see them trigger previous day's high. I want to see them trigger in the other time frame traders. The other thought is the fact that we could be looking at range expansion. So even if they trigger previous day's high, I'm not necessarily going to say, hey, I'm going to sell this now. No, I'm going to wait for them to trigger it. I'm going to see what price does at that level. But we might overall, we could be in a range expansion back up towards previous week's high or something like that. So I am going to continue to wait patiently on this, and at a minimum, wait for them to hit the previous day's high. Wait, Ferg, you gave up on prop firm? Not to call you out right now, but all right, so I'm just waiting for a time of day. At this point, we've got 7 minutes to the new hour. That's really all I'm waiting for to effectively start truly looking for a setup of some kind. Hey, Daniel, that's not something I like to do because of FTX and all that other stuff that's been going on. I don't like to suggest brokers or prop firms or any of that stuff because I would feel terrible if I suggested something publicly and then people lost money because of it. That's definitely not what I'm here to do, so I try to stray away from that. But if you ask everybody else in here, I'm sure that they would be more than happy to tell you what they're using. Dang, Ferg. All part of the process, though. You got to fail a few times to get better. Yeah, the only thing with I think FTMO stopped accepting U.S. clients. So if you're in the U.S., then no, it's not. It's not you, Ferg. That's the entire population of the Earth struggles with the same thing. Oh, oil might be making its run. The Swiss. Yeah, I was looking for a sell high on this one as well. When I went over this morning, I was talking about how they inside day pumped it up, big consolidation. I thought the trade was in the good trade, right? The one that you really want to be a part of was in London. There's a little pop up here, peak formation high, right in the beginning of the New York session. Yeah, there's a good continuation there. I've got gold up on a 1 minute chart right now, watching this. Collins, remember, I'm waiting for US 30. I don't know if it is or not, but for those indexes, I'm waiting for them to hit previous day's high. $161 in the chat. I think our all time high was like 170 or something like that. It'd be cool if we could break that today. But it's nice to see so many people showing up. Hope you all are getting something out of these streams. Like I said, I'm teaching a webinar next week. I've got a few spots left if anybody wants to attend. But on the weeks that I don't do those webinars and I'm not teaching, I'm going to be doing these more on YouTube. I think they're widely beneficial to people, so I think they are, at least. That's what people have been telling me. Interday Doctor, good to see you. Man, I hope you're doing well. Morning, Christian. I'm going to skip those ads for you all. If I miss one of the ads and I forget to skip, I apologize. But, sometimes I just not looking at the screen at the right time. So if you all catch an ad, sorry. I'm going to try and inject some more teaching things here when I can, but I'm really just waiting for 9 o'clock. We got about 2 minutes. So, in fact, I'm going to run and grab a refill, come back 30 seconds, and that'll put us probably right at 9 o'clock. We'll see what's forming. All right, I'm back. I had to grab me a little refill here. Which days next week will you have your train? It's all week long, and you can message me on Discord. It's Monday through Friday. We do 3 sessions a day. A morning session to analyze, then we do a live trading event, and then I have afternoon classes that take between an hour and 2 hours each day in the afternoon. So like 10 a.m. Eastern time until about 12:30 to 1:30 p.m. That's about how long they take. If you want to message me on Discord, the link's in the description below. You can just message me. It's not exactly a crazy sign-up process. Pretty easy. Appreciate y'all's support. All right, so coming back now. It's 9 o'clock. Oil markets are open. Gold should be getting some volatility here. Again, first hour's put in a high and a low. We're trading back down into the low right now. We'll see here. Like I said, I've still got my 1-minute charts open. In fact, I'm going to put this all in the one. Leave it about like this. Check out where my 9 o'clock open is. There's my 9 o'clock open. So 9 o'clock has spiked the low. Now we're getting some movement above on that 1 hour candle. Spiking back up. Forming a wick. That 1 hour candle. And the story will begin to be told. And this is exactly why I didn't short oil. Because the same exact thing happened yesterday. You can't make it up. Same exact time yesterday where I got caught trying to short down low like a goofball. It was actually a pretty good setup. I just timed it wrong. 9 o'clock open, it went vertical. But now 9 o'clock's open, we might get to see a better setup. Gold, oil. These streams are the best I've ever been on. Boy, I know there's a lot of YouTubers out there that it's a pretty high honor, Jay. I appreciate that. Or a lot of people that stream trading on YouTube. Ferg, I appreciate that. All right, I'm watching gold because they have spiked back up once, twice, 3 times. That's my 9 o'clock open. Talk about time engulfments, time rotations. We're already making lower lows and lower highs. We've got a high and a low already in place. I don't want to get caught trading down into the low, but the overall structure of things, you know, we've came up pretty decent. 3 levels up, first level down, second level down. The only thing that would concern me is that, you know, if this pops back up above here and starts to make a run towards the high, but this looks like 1 and maybe 2. Maybe I can get a middle structure, or maybe this is the middle structure. Just need to wait. Patience will pay. Or the setup won't present and I can just go through this whole stream without taking a trade, and that'll be fine too. Oh, that's dirty. Think about everybody who's trying to take profits at the previous day's high. Now, it could just be a stop hunt. But if they stop hunt before taking out the high, that's going to hurt some people. Okay, so oil's pinned up. Now they've pinned down. That's that range that they like to create on pretty much every pair that you ever look at. They'll do this where they pin up, and I'd be willing to say somewhat confidently that this is going to turn into a pin to the downside. Oh, maybe not. But they've pinned up and they've gone down. They've created this range here. John, that's fantastic. That's the whole reason I make them. And make sure you're downloading all those. Pretty much every video that I put out, there's a slideshow in the description for you to grab and, you know, print off or do whatever you'd like with. But that was my fiance's idea when I first started doing YouTube. She said, well, why don't you just put those slideshows in the description for people? And I was like, that's a pretty good idea. And so I did. I've been doing it ever since. People seem to enjoy that, so. No, she does not trade. I talked to her about trading and she jokes about it. She laughs because it's like she has no idea what I'm talking about, but she tries to show an interest, which is great. She's always been my biggest supporter for sure. Okay, we're 7 minutes into a 15-minute bar. 8 minutes into a 15-minute bar, excuse me. Gold is still trapping shorts. If you look at it, the way that the bars are ascending, they're ascending the close of strong down close candles. So I'm looking to see if this bar is any different, or do they start letting out all the poor souls that try to short down low? This guy's short, that guy's short, these guys are short, that guy's short. We've got shorts caught down low. Are they going to start letting those guys out? I've got whiteboards in my room. I know this is going to sound weird, but I do think it's important to have a strong support system in your trading. I've got whiteboards in my room, and like the very first week that I started trading, she wrote how much faith she has in me and how she, you know, whatever. And I've left those messages up there for almost 3 years now. And she's still same amount of support. It's amazing. But she's trying to become a dentist, so she's trying to get into school. She's incredibly intelligent. Probably one of the most intelligent people I've ever met. On gold, so that's what I was saying just now about this looks really good. The fact that they have done this M engulfment. Normally I would have taken this entry, but I'm looking at this consolidation and I'm looking and I'm saying, hey, okay, well, number one, it's not 9:30 yet, but two, they haven't started letting the shorts back out, so this is keeping me from taking the trade. We've got some people jammed in down low. That guy's jammed in. That guy's jammed in. These people are jammed in. Those people are jammed in. I would really like to see these guys get let out of their trade to let me know that, hey, this is shifting from trapping shorts to, hey, maybe this guy's trapped long and this guy, that guy. So I would like to see them start punishing these other people, and that will give me a lot more confidence. And if it doesn't roll over and goes vertical, then that also is going to give me more information. All right, so this is a really good M. Everybody, I don't think we can debate that. That's pretty nice looking, right? Up, down, up, engulfment of an M. Beautiful. But if they go higher, that lets me know, hey, they're still trapping shorts. And I'm looking for a short, so that doesn't make sense. I need to wait. It's going to keep me patient. All right, we'll double check the 5 as well. We got 1, 2, maybe we're going to get a third. Okay, so I talked about this being a larger M down low, peak formations down low, and a run. I'm worried that this is level 1 consolidation. So maybe I really should not be looking for a reversal right now because of the timing of things. The timing is telling me we're in level 1 consolidation and we're pulling back. Could it go reverse and go straight down? Yeah, sure. 100%. But this could be level 1, and maybe this turns into a range expansion day. Maybe I shouldn't be looking to counter trend that. At least those are my current thoughts as of right meow. All markets are trapping before CPI. That is a very solid assessment. That could be very true. They could be trapping on both sides. The opening range is built. They start trapping longs. They start trapping shorts, whatever. CPI happens tomorrow. CPI might do whatever, but the Fed, we've got the Fed tomorrow afternoon. Boy. Tomorrow could be a wash. I'm still going to come here. I'm still going to do my live trading. I'm going to show up to work. But trading the Fed on a Fed day in the New York session is a little scary. A little risky. Mike, no, I did one yesterday as well. I've been doing live trading on Discord for a while, but I wanted to transfer over to YouTube. And honestly, completely honest with you all, which I've already told most of you, I was practicing on Discord because initially when I started trading live on Discord, I had a feeling of I needed to take a trade as like a performance, right? I wanted to take a trade as a performance for you all, which was completely against all of the previous work that I had done on myself to only take the best trades that I could, which isn't good, right? So I've been practicing over there to get better at just relaxing and being calm and only taking the trades that I want to take and not because I'm trying to perform for anybody and blah, blah, blah. And I kind of got to a place where I feel very comfortable doing so, and that's why I've transitioned over. All part of the psychology. There's a whole different set of rules for psychology when it comes to trading live, I guess, because it's I introduced myself to a whole new environment. 3 pushes back on GU. We're still on level, what, 2? We've come up into 2 now. So maybe we're going to come up into 3. Going back up to the high. I need to get back down to the 1. No, I certainly did not get 100. That's the most we've ever had in the stream right there. 180. I think the most I've ever had was 170, so this is fantastic. I get to sit here and trade live with all of you and communicate with all of you, and you all get better, I get better. I can share my experience with you all, and that's the whole reason I started this YouTube channel, so I'm very glad to feel very blessed to be able to do so. I really appreciate every single one of you. And you know what's cool is, doing this, if I were to just trade in my own little secluded environment, I'd probably be doing just fine, but why gatekeep the information? Why not help you all or help others get to the same point just as quickly? Like, it just didn't make sense to me to do so, and it's honestly didn't feel like the right thing to do. But anyways, I digress. Okay, so this is exactly what I'm talking about. NASDAQ, do not counter trend, level 1 consolidation. Ouch. Look good for the short, right? Just kidding. Not trying to blow smoke, but I'm definitely trying to help you all with the level count and why you don't counter trend level 1. And also why I was waiting for this level to be taken out at a minimum, because it seemed like they were really reaching for it. And sure enough, they left that price level gap. For all of you who've been around my live streams for a bit, when I talk about price level gap, this is what I'm talking about right here. The fact they've consolidated under this level, a lot of times they're going back up. Okay, here we go again. So again, strong down close candle. 3 pushes to the high and a new W. Is that guy trapped? Is he going to get let out? Or is this just another fake out? Look what they just did. Look at the close of that candle. If I shorted that candle right there, I'm feeling a little bit better right now. But they haven't put me in profit. They just put me at break even. Trading is extremely lonely, which is why, again, I feel very blessed to have such a strong community of people that love trading as much as I do. And we're willing to communicate. Like everybody over on the Discord as well. Like, there's a lot of people. I don't ask people to share information over there. Just it's like the people that understand the strategy a bit better, they are over there just sharing their own experience as well. So it's nice. It's like the strong leading the weak, or the more experienced leading the Less experience. Look at that. Just good enough. Just enough to make me feel good. Right back up. Just kidding. So they are still dragging shorts right now in a direction. Do I want to short that? No, I don't. Okay, level 2. We're going up, maybe level 3 on the day itself. Peak formation low. We can expect 3 more levels of rise. And we're going up into maybe level 3. Oil. Yeah, got me at a loss there. I don't know. Actually, that's kind of the pop-up we were hoping for, but that's a higher high on the inside. Low, high, lower, low. Maybe not. I think the high is still up here. Either way. $197. Holy cow. Hey, so that piece that I just told you, that's why if you've ever seen like I know I have an entry criteria where I say, hey, I'm 3 pushes back up and I'm just going to get in whatever. I don't do that. It's not necessarily about just the fact that I have 3 pushes back up and an M. I look at those other pieces too about behavior. The fact that I understand the story. That's why I'm always preaching about telling the story from left to right. I've got shorts trapped down low. They could be trapping long, sure, but they haven't sprung the trap yet, if that makes sense. All I have right now is evidence of shorts getting caught and them dragging them higher. So I need that evidence to shift in a different direction. Gold already has a break-in structure. They're making lower lows and lower highs. Lower low, break of structure, 3 pushes. I need 3 pushes back up. We've got that with no higher high. Again, not saying that this is going to go down. I'm just looking for evidence that I'm correct, and I don't have that yet. So I was talking about the evidence. That guy's short. Just look at the chart. Look at the candles that stand out to you the most. Down close candle. Biggest candle on the chart. That one lines up pretty close. That one, and that one. They're all lined up. So I need to see them start putting these shorts back into profit. Here they come again. Coming back down, spiking into the low. Getting people to short, but not allowing these other guys to get back into profit yet. We got 6 minutes to the New York Open. And they just keep ascending the close of those down close candles, which gives me evidence that they are dragging shorts still. Yes, exactly, Christian. Same exact trapping behavior that we talked about yesterday. Yeah, they do happen over and over again. It's just if you don't, you don't know what you don't know, and if you don't even know to look for it or to be capable of making that assessment, then you're kind of, I'm not gonna say you're blind, but you're gonna have kind of more hit and miss results where things are working out a little bit less often for you the way that you expect. Okay, we got 3 minutes to the New York Open. Where's my 9 o'clock? There's 9 o'clock there. All right, 2 minutes to the Open. Excuse me. Holy cow. Remember, this is level 1. We're in level 2. And we might be doing a range expansion. And I've got that marked out here. I don't know for sure, of course, but marking only does 3 things. Okay, there's the New York Open. Let's mark off our 9:30 candles. Okay, They've been dragging the shorts. They ascended a close. Ascended that close. 930's open now. They had shorts trapped. Mass confusion, mass chaos. Let's see what happens next. Okay, 930's opened up in what I believe to be, or could be, level 3 on the pound. Level 3 for the day. Okay, that's not going to be enough distance for me to even take that trade if I wanted to. Not worth it. Oh boy. Let's see what we got. All right, so you can see this big run up, 1, 2, 3. That's good behavior to note. How about numbered box wise? How are we doing with the numbered box? Peak formation was made at, was that 50? Oh no, I think it was 50. Who knows? The biggest bull. Uh-oh, have I lost sound? Everything good? Hallelujah. Sometimes I just got to unplug it and plug it back in. We're getting a bit of a... so they've triggered previous day's high after an inside day. Levels count could be wrong. Or this could have been 1 or 2 and then 3. Peak formation high. Now we're going to get a drop. Who knows? Gold is opposite day. That's okay, though. I'm going to keep on rolling with my original thesis and see what we get. Now, this is trading back up to this peak formation. This should have traded up to that level and kind of stopped. I don't want to see them go any higher than that. Yeah, gold might be a just kidding for me. But you know what? That is totally fine because we didn't take a trade on it. We didn't take a loss for no reason. Noticing that behavior, hey, they're trapping shorts. They're not rewarding longs. I'm not going to take a trade on that. And that's as simple as it gets. They just weren't proving it to me. Shaky, I hope you have a good day. How did it go for you? Okay, gold's gone higher. That's not what we're really looking for at all. Oh, shoe buddy. That is. People are going to get whipsawed all over the place. Sure thing, Shaky. You have a good day. That's a little M up there. Boy, that's about to turn into the biggest pen the world has ever seen. Getting some volatility coming in on gold. You can see the M up there. But if they close back up at the high, that 5-minute bar is going to close strong. Peak high, peak low. What is NASDAQ doing? Peak, remember, level 1, level 2. Could have just been a stop hunt. I'm still watching gold for the short, but I'm not really feeling it right now. You can see they came back down, peak formation high, 1, 2, gone back into consolidation. Still not letting out any of the previous shorts, maybe even trapping more. There's that level 3, 930 engulfment. Engulfment, pin hammer. This is, who knows? I'm just going to leave that alone for now. Oil, yeah, that's sideways. I'm not worried about that. I'm not in on anything right now. I'm just watching. Let's see. Yeah, NASDAQ might not have been a bad option. We have a new hour starting in 10 minutes. They are still really hooking and jabbing with these shorts. We've got 2 minutes until this 5-minute bar closes. Okay, we got 25 seconds till that 5-minute bar closes like that. If it pops back up, that's not going to be good. All right, we got 4 minutes till a new hour. You can see what gold has done. They might have more shorts trapped here. We're going to see. NASDAQ's honestly looking a little bit better. The pound looks even better. See you later, Ferg. All right, you can see them. They keep on dumping it back down into the low of a consolidation. They put in this little W. New hour's about to open up. That's previous day's high. Yeah, previous day's high. Make sure and skip those ads for you all. Consolidating in a 25 pip box. New hour just open. Really no reaction, but It is not playing out as expected, and that's okay. Things are getting a little bit choppy. Lynn, you have a good one. I'm going to be finishing up here in the next 15 minutes or so. If I don't see anything set up properly in the next 15 to 20 minutes, I will be done. Intraday, you have a good one. Wasabi, you have a good one as well. High of the opening range, are you referring to for like the week, Lewis? Or for the day? For the week, previous day's high. Monday's high is opening range high. This one right here. That's Monday's high. On 15-minute chart, are we on a reset after level 3? Could be. It certainly could be. That's what it's looking like, too. They came down, caught people shorting under the breakout level. Now they pulled back up on top. This is gold. We're 7 minutes into the hour. I'm going to give it till about 10:15, 10:30 today, and then I will call it quits. A lot of trades, a lot of things moved early in the session, first hour. Like they were set up well, it's just they moved. Whenever I'm not doing live or whenever I'm not doing webinars, I will be doing these here on YouTube. And like I'm teaching a webinar next week, so I can't do it next week, but the week after. Actually, the week after that, I'm getting married, so maybe not that week. I don't know. No, I was waiting for gold short, but it never really presented the way that I wanted. Thank you, Blue. Thank you, thank you. No, dances, I usually will just look at the previous week, and look at the peak formations and make a decision. You know, I'm not going to go and look at all this higher time frame stuff. If it just keeps dragging on and on, then that's fine. I'll just wait for it to stop. Well, there goes oil with the sell high, but I mean, that consolidation was ruthless. I'm kind of glad I didn't try and partake in it. Gold just keeps on dragging those shorts higher and higher. And just pitter-pattering its way up. So it's either going to make a strong vertical move and break to the upside, solidifying that trap, which is what it certainly feels like. Yep, short squeeze. There's a little channel. Spiked up, spiked down. Got people to start shorting again. And now it just keeps on taking away. Taking away, taking away, taking away, and then dragging people higher and higher. No, I came into it, JD, with the short idea. I was going to look for a pump up for some kind of low hanging fruit rollover continuation based off this peak formation high and things like that. But it just never. It showed me a short squeeze instead of what I was looking for. So I just avoided it. Yep, certainly feels that way. Space. Gold just keeps on dragging people up. What I'm talking about by dragging is like you could see the upwards momentum. They slam some candles back down, and then it's just not going anywhere. So it's like they've induced people to go short, and then even in this up move, they'll slam some candles back down, get people to short, and then immediately take it away. That's that dragging behavior that I'm talking about. That if I'm looking for a short based off of my overall assessment, well, that's not good. You know, I don't want to be shorting a short squeeze because then I'm going to get squeezed out. Yep, there goes oil. Pulled back up inside. Yep. Well, back on the outside because this was Monday. I think that was Monday's high, right? Yeah. So Monday's high traded up through it. There's the trade from this morning that was ideal. That was the trade that should have been taken. And then there's just been no follow through at all. In fact, they've just traded back up on top of the breakout level and continue to squeeze higher. So it's at this point, I'm really not expecting anything at all. In fact, you know what? I think I'm just going to cut it here. I'm not seeing anything setting up anymore. My ideas are void. It's best to just wait till a better day. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, you have a great rest of your day, and I really appreciate you all being here. And hopefully you all have got something out of my rambles and discussion. So I'll see you all tomorrow, same time. Looking forward to it. See you all tomorrow. Bye-bye.